On Mariah, I have a low port grazing bit on her today. Unbroken mouthpiece, just a low port. Pretty good size diameter. I think it's 3/8 diameter. She's looking at the cow. Raven's out in the big arena working a cow on Hope. I don't think Mariah had ever seen cows before she came here, so they get her attention pretty quick. But it gives me the opportunity to give her something to do when she looks at the cow, so that she keeps her attention on me. Now I'm trotting her around, kind of doing similar stuff that what you've seen me do on Corbin. When the ears go forward and lock on something, I'm changing directions. Doing it a little firmer on her. I'm pulling a little bit quicker, kicking a little bit harder. Right there, her head went up, I bumped with both spurs. See how she's trying to lock on the cows and trying to pull the reins out of my hands so that she can make a decision. That's why I'm being harder. If it was just a matter of her looking and maintaining speed and direction that I was asking her to do, I wouldn't be as hard. But because she is using more effort to take over, I'm using more effort to scold her for it. And by scolding her, I'm changing directions, take a hold of her face, bump up my spurs, give her something else to do. Hey, pay attention to me. In the time that I've had her, and I'd pull on her, bump on her with spurs, whatever I ask her to do, she has not tried to buck, rear, do anything really bad, like to get me off, to hurt me, anything like that. But because she hasn't been ridden a lot in the last couple of years, she's not really into being told what to do. That has to get better. It doesn't really bother me. I just keep giving her something to do. But that could worry her owner. Now, yesterday when I rode her, there were no cows out there, and I didn't have any of this to deal with. She was actually pretty quiet yesterday. But now that the cows are here, she's not as quiet. Right there, I'm gonna get a little harder. See how she stopped going forward? She tried to stop and look. Never gonna stop and look. Let a horse stop and look when they're looking at something and they're worried about it. I've talked about that a lot in riding spooky horse videos. That is a recipe to get hurt, because in that situation I am not controlling speed or direction or stand still. Can do anything you want. I'm not going to let her stop and look at the cows. I'd really like to get a cow in here and work a cow with her, but she's going to be going home soon, and I don't have time to do the other stuff that she needs and work the cow. I wish I had a little more time with her. I'm working on the most important stuff first and going from there. Let's ask for some right lead lope. Right rein, right leg, right rein, right leg. She's going invert and looking at the cow. There's a little ditch right against the wall over there to help that water drain out. She poked her shoulder out, took me into that ditch. And when she did, I got a little harder on my hand, a little harder with my legs. Has to maintain speed and direction and listen to me when she's worried about something. Cows, truck, tractor, car going down the road, anything, doesn't matter. The cow is just the prop. It just is what she's looking at right now. I'm sure her owner plans on trail riding her some. needs to listen to the rider, no matter what it is that she's afraid of. That's why you never stop. Let a horse stop and look at what they're afraid of. You do that, you're giving away your leadership. You're at the mercy of whatever they decide to do. And you're just setting yourself up for the horse to gradually get worse with spooky objects. You watch how I use my hands. Sometimes I'm steering her easy. Sometimes I'm being hard. Ass tail to man. She's locked on the them cows a couple times, well, several times, going around there. Blew me off. I'm going to get harder on her. She can't keep doing that. She has to listen to me. That was better. See how much better that was with that harder bump? Now let's let her walk. That was twice that she didn't try to lock onto the cows. Huge difference there because I bumped on her. Now, if you don't like the fact that I bumped on her mouth, that I scolded her, you're probably the ones that's going to have the problem horse. And as always, a commenter that says, oh, I've let my horse do this thing forever and it's never been a problem. Oh, it's a problem. You just haven't noticed the problem. You're ignoring the problem. That's how I get so many horses, problem horses in here to fix. Now, as I'm walking around, I want to give her a break. I want her to let me control speed and direction. Don't mind if she looks at the cows. I want her to look. I want her to understand them. I want her to know that they're okay. But she has to let me control speed and direction. That's what the owner needs to keep her safe. It's a good horse. You really don't want to be bad. All of her issues go back to just not being ridden a lot lately. And her mind is not in the mindset of being used to being told what to do. See how even walking around, her attention is all over the place. And when I ride her, I try to get her tired, somewhat tired, sweaty. I thought the temperature's supposed to be close to 80 today with a pretty high humidity. Try to get her tired every time. And see how bright and alert she is. She's getting physically fit. She is bred to be a pleasure horse. Really nice breed, and I don't remember what's on her papers right off the top of my head right now, but I saw them. Really nice papers. And it's all performance horses. All horses that have won good stuff. Really nice. And when you have a horse, gelding or mare, they don't make it through training unless they're kind of gritty, unless they kind of have a little bit of determination in them. She has that determination. That is her wanting to look at the cows even when she's tired. That's what makes her good performance horses, good show horses. Now she's looking at the cows, but she's paying attention to me. That's what I want to see. A horse like her, they're typically bred to go do something, and she is. She's horses. That's why I want to see papers when I'm looking at a horse to buy. And if I'm looking at a horse to buy and the mama or the daddy want anything, then I don't know if that horse has enough grit, enough determination to make it through training. And if they don't, then for me, I'm just wasting my time. Now, it's totally possible that you have a horse that the mom and daddy didn't train, didn't show, might even be unregistered. Hope out there is unregistered. She's a nice horse, but the chances of getting that when you can't see what the parents did are a lot riskier. Let's change, well, I've already changed direction. Let's ask for some lope in the left lead. Lope departures are getting better. She's loping off better on my cue. Head is still going up. That has to get better. I think she prefers the left lead. Looking at a cow on the other side of the fence there. I'm going to bridle her up. Get soft. Bridle her up. Get soft. See how she locked on that cow. She got stiff. When I bridled her up, I asked her to do something with her body because it was stiff. That's why she slipped right there. I talk to people all the time that my horse slips, my horse trips. And usually the first thing to do is to talk to the farrier. It can be a farrier problem, but quite often it's a stiffness problem, just like she was giving me right there. Right there, she's getting her head really low. She's kind of evading the bit. I'm gonna just keep putting spur on her, bumping her face a little bit, sending her forward. Now I'll get soft. Cow's not there anymore. Whoop. Cow came into view. Raven's out there working a cow of hope. Now, I don't care where she holds her head. I don't care if she holds it down like a pleasure horse. I don't care if she holds it up. It really don't matter to me. But when I pick up my hand and tell her to do something, I expect her head to be soft and do something. Do whatever I ask it to do. Right now, her head is up. She's not moving correctly. Heavy on her front end, back hollowed out. And the back end is traveling out. I must take a hold of her, bump up my spurs, soften her face up, and her lope will get better. Traveling better. Well, now her head get up. It'll come and go. A lot of that head going up, inverting her back, coming and going. That is all caused from just her willingness to do what I ask her to do. When she puts her head up, I just set my hands, bump with my spurs, give her a chance to find the release. When she breaks the pole, gets soft, that's where she finds the release. I'm not doing a lot with my hands to give her a release, because if she comes off my hands, she will find the release. Right there, she was trying to stop. When she finds the release, that's where she needs to be to build muscle. Raven, when she's where she needs to be on the cow, give her a little bit more release. That's why, like over there, I think she was waiting for you to tell her, and that's why she just kind of went off. So just give her a little more release when she's on the cow, and then when she does lose the cow, give her a step or two, stop her, and then send her back to the cow. Yeah, and part of it too, she's getting a little tired. All right, let's go back to lope. Had to work harder to get her into the lope. Getting a little tired. Ignoring the cows now. Leg, 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 leg. I don't remember how old she is. I think 8 or 9, something like that. It's going to take her longer to build the muscle than it would 3 or 4-year-old, but it's not going to take as long as it would if it was a 15, 16-year-old. As long as she's resisting, that's better. That's staying better. Better longer. Oh, lost it. Ask again. Leg, 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 leg. There we go. Just trying a little harder. She's right at the point now, mentally, where she's tired enough that she's trying, but she's not so tired that she can't do. We'll reach that can't do point in a minute. Let's go ahead and let her walk. We'll change and go the other direction and work right again, since right is her weaker direction. Well, I got a little horse left, maybe. Kind of fall in, lift my hand, push her shoulders out. I get over in the corner by the green gate there, I'll ask for a lope. I'd like for her to lope off, pushing with her back in better than what she has been. Left leg back. Fuss at her. You're not going to turn your ears back to me when I ask you to go. Let's ask again. Yeah, I bumped on her face. I was kind of hard on her. When I asked her to go, she turned her head and pinned her ears at me. Not acceptable. Help her a little bit with the frame on this side. She's definitely more comfortable in the left lead. That's pretty common when somebody with a stronger right leg has been loping the horse, because they're driving with their right leg. Horses have plenty of opportunity to build strength in the left lead. through the middle there. She's not really steering on me. She's just kind of bouncing off that wall. I'm laying on my hands. I'm going to ask her to steer across. That was better. All right, let's let her walk a little bit. Running out of horse. She's getting to the point where she's having a hard time doing because she's getting tired. Let's walk her a little bit. Now, while I'm walking her, I want to pay attention to her steer. Over there in the corner, she was kind of blowing off my neck rein a little bit. So while I'm walking her cool, I'm going to work that neck rein. Ask, tell, demand. So ask, neck rein, tell, demand. Steer over. Let's go forward. Steer over. And let's steer over to the right. That's better. Steer right again. She looked at that horse there and just stopped and blew me off. That's not acceptable. And none of that is real bad right now. That's not going to get me hurt right now. But let go, that escalates and can become bad. That's better. That's good. That was better. Steer again. Steer again. There we go. Turned her head to the left, kind of fussing at me. I steer left again. There we go. Steer right. Steer right again. So her steering right off the left neck rein and the left leg is better than steering left. I get the idea that somebody's probably been hanging on this right rein a little bit, and that right side is dulled down a little bit. It's duller than the left side. It's not unusual, especially when the horse has been ridden by a lower level rider. They typically hang on one rein or one leg. That's pretty normal. I'll have to soften that rein up so that she steers over to the left better. Let's ask. Oh, that was pretty good. Didn't have to go to tell or demand. Ask. Better. Now, turned her head, but she didn't sweep her shoulders. That's going to need more work. When I ask for the head to go, I expect the shoulders to go. See how she's bending her neck, bringing her chin in, but she's not really sweeping the shoulders over. Better that way, that time. Let's go back to the right. And when you're, let's go forward, go forward. When you're warming up your horse and you're cooling down your horse, you should be making good use of that time. You shouldn't just be aimlessly walking around. You should be working things like this, because stepping and working on neck rein, it still lets her bring her respirations down and recover with her air. And then I get the opportunity to pick something nice and stop on that. Steered around pretty decent. Gives me an opportunity to stop on something good. And reward her. Positive reinforcement. There was a lot of negative reinforcement in there. Kicking and pulling, but that was a positive reinforcement to stop on. So this is Mariah. I'll put a link somewhere to her playlist on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching.